eminent scholars and delegates from abroad and home. Today we have gathered here on the occasion of 968th birth anniversary of Abu Rayhan Biruni, the great Iranian scientist, mathematicians, philosophers, and linguists. This conference has been organized by Al-Biruni Foundation, Bangladesh. This is our fourth Biruni Interdisciplinary International Conference here. Our chief guest today in our inaugural ceremony, Professor Ali Asgar Rustami Abu Saidi, First Deputy Minister, Ministry of Science, Research and Technology, Islamic Republic of Iran. Unfortunately, he is on the way, and inshallah we hope that in a few minutes he will join to us. A special guest today, Professor Muhammad Abdul Mannan, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Hamdard University. Today our guest of honor, Mr. Ahmed Abdul Malik, renowned barrister of London High Court, Professor A.K. Azad Khan, President of Diabetic Association of Bangladesh, who will inaugurate today our conference. Keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Abdul Latif Samian, Principal Research Fellow, National University of Malaysia, and Dr. Majid Gajor, renowned scientist and Al-Biruni expert. Our inaugural ceremony will be presided over by Professor Dr. Abu Musa Muhammad Arif Billah, the Honorable Chairman of Al-Biruni Foundation, Bangladesh. We will start our ceremony today by recitation from the Holy Quran. Now I invite Qari Abu Saleh to recite the Quran. Qari Abu Saleh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والسماء والطارق وما أدراك ما الطارق مما خلق دافق تائب صدق الله العظيم.
Qari Abu Saleh. Now we will hear a nice Naate Rasul.
ওরে কে বলে আরো বেনদিনাই, ওরে কে বলে আরো বেনদিনাই, যথা রহমতের ঢল বহে অবিরল, যথা রহমতের ঢল বহে অবিরল, দেখি প্রেম দরিয়ার পানি যেদিকে চাই, ওরে কে বলে আরো বেনদিনাই। যার কাবা ঘরের পাশে আবে জমজম, যথা আল্লাহ নামে, যার কাবা ঘরের পাশে আবে জমজম, যথা আল্লাহ নামের বাদল ঝরে হরদম, যার জোয়ারে সে দুনিয়ার দেশে দেশে, জোয়ারে সে দুনিয়ার দেশে দেশে, পুণ্যের গুলিস্তা রচিল দেখিতে পাই, কে বলে আরো বেনদিনাই, ওরে কে বলে আরো বেনদিনাই, ওরে কে বলে আরো বেনদিনাই, ওরে কে বলে আরো বেনদিনাই।
A lot to our good singer, Mr. Abdul Rauf. And now the time for our guests to take their seats, and I invite Mr. Abu Musa Arif Billah, Honorable President of the session, to come with our distinguished guests to our stage and take their seat. Today, this session, inaugural session, our chief guest, Mr. Professor Ali Asghar Rustami Abu Saidi, he is from Iran and first Deputy Minister of Iranian Ministry of Science and Research and Technology. I told you that he is a little bit late today. Inshallah, he will join with us in a few minutes. Our special guest today, Professor Muhammad Abdul Mannan, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Hamdard University. Guest of honor, Mr. Ahmed Abdul Malik, renowned barrister of London High Court. Professor A.K. Azad Khan, President of Diabetic Association Bangladesh. And our keynote speakers, Professor Dr. Abdul Latif Samian. He is the Principal Research Fellow, National University of Malaysia, and Dr. Majid Gazor, a renowned scientist and Al-Biruni expert, is present today. Now I invite all of you, please come to the stage and take your seat. Now I request and I invite Mr. Abu Musa Arif Billah to deliver his speech of.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulihil karim. Amma ba'd. Today, at this juncture of understanding the civilization and realization of our present condition throughout the world, the juncture of envisaging the real glory of medieval Muslim scientists, philosophers, scholars. Al-Biruni Foundation organizing such conferences, seminars to pay the debt of our previous scholars, scientists. The scholars and scientists, philosophers, those build the foundation of this modern civilization, we completely forgot them. This is a crime, I think. We may forget our personal deeds, our personal contribution, but we should not forget our heritage, our history, our glory. West is just 2 centuries. The history of West is 2-3 centuries, not more than that. And before that, the whole world dominated by Persia, Iran, Greek, Rome, this. But now, mistakenly, we know, we are taught by the scholars, our professors, and we are teaching the books that saying that every development belongs to West after post-Renaissance. And Renaissance means 17th century. This is actually wrong. So this conference, Abu Rayhan Biruni Foundation is going to make a reimbursement to the scholars like Abu Rayhan Biruni, Abu Ali Sina, Al-Khawarizmi, Tusi, Ghazali, many of scholars. When I was in England for my PhD research at SOAS, University of London, I got permanent position there. I was teaching occasionally Cambridge University, King's College, School of Oriental and African Studies, SOAS, and FCO. FCO means Foreign and Commonwealth Office. That is, deals with the British ambassadors and embassy staffs. I taught them for 3 years. but I did not get peace in my heart. Every time I felt thirsty for doing something beyond those things. My thesis involved with Persian and Indian relations, Indo-Iranian relations, history, culture, everything. So, involving 6 literary knowledge and 4 manuscript in 4 languages. That's why I thought that if I stay in England, then I have to just limit my expertise, my teaching with some sort those need, like teaching languages, Persian, Hindi, Dari, and Bengali. I was teaching 4 languages there, but I thought that the knowledge I have gathered by my PhD research at SOAS, this is not cooperating, not matching with the things I am doing there. So every day I was in confusion. My family was just they are interested to stay there. I said no, I am here with the scholarship of Dhaka University, so I can't betray with my nation, with my university. So I have to go back, and you have to go with me. So when I was coming back, then you know our country's situation, how our teachers, our colleagues, our students, our university is ruling. This is far beyond the tradition of West and the medieval period. We have developed something very short, very easy things, and students can every day they can move around the university. If you come here, TSC, everywhere you see the flood of our students. Our teachers also very similar to this. The scholarship research is almost just what they need for promotion, like this. As a national patriotic approach, as a human sense, we are very behind. So I thought if I go back, leaving this resourceful library, SOAS Library, British Library, and King's College, and other university I was involved. If I go back, then I will be like the Bangladeshi, our colleagues. So I had a dream there. Okay, I will go back, but I will continue my research, establishing a foundation. It was actually my dream. And when I come back 2010, then first 2011, I had an international seminar through Al-Biruni, Abu Rayhan Biruni Foundation. Professor Shamsher Ali, he was the keynote speaker. It was the beginning. And from that now on, this is 4th international conference we are today observing, and 3 international seminars regarding Nazrul Ferdowsi, Nazrul Hafiz, Nazrul Umur Khayyam. I have tried my best. And it was not easy for me to continue these conferences, this foundation. My teacher, Professor Kulsum Abul Bashar here, she always encouraged me. And here many of my friends, especially Mr. Waliul Maruf Matin, he was Secretary General, elected as Secretary General. And I have also crisis of finding people who work with me, because people here, they are busy with their something, they can earn something. But here is always I lose from my pocket. So the friends may be afraid of the situation. So they always, it is very difficult for me. So however, I am continuing this. And today, by these few words, the background of my foundation, myself, and background of the history of Iran through some few words about Ferdowsi and his contribution. And I am welcoming all the geniuses of Bangladesh, Iran, London, Malaysia, and here also Allama Mashaikh also here. He is a Vice Chancellor of Al Mustafa University located at Bonani, Bonani DOHSS, Baridhara DOHSS, and our cultural counselor, Iranian cultural counselor Syed Musa Husseini, and I also thanks gratefully, heartfeltly the director of this institute, Professor Shishir Bhattacharya, who actually he is not any member of my organization, but for organizing this he actually helped me a lot, and he is here, and he also is here to we are using his official room for our special guests, so I also thank him, and our guest from India, especially from Kolkata, Professor Mansoor. He was vice chairman of Iran Society, Calcutta. I can also utter the name of Mostak Muhammad. He actually few months he also worked as my secretary unofficially. So by these few words I am finishing my address and welcoming you all to this conference. Thank you.
Mr. Abu for valuable speeches.
Thank the organizer, especially Mr. Billah, for his kind invitation. But I must confess, I am no expert on Al-Biruni, and I also am not a good speaker in public gathering. There was a time of Al-Biruni or Abu Ali Sinha, Al-Razi, you see, when people from all over the world would come to Islamic centers, Persian center, for education. But the role was reversed, and that is what we have to think about it. In today's world, there is not a single university in any Islamic countries which is counted within top 100. But in the whole world, the per capita income is the highest in one of the countries where Muslims are majority, you see, as you know, like Kuwait, like Qatar. See. But can we not change it? You see? To change it, we have to be open-minded. What is surprising is that the Islamic religion started with the revelation of Iqra, the read, and only religion where pursuit of science and knowledge has been made compulsory. But the followers of that religion, after some time, they squabbled about things like where you put your hand here or here, which are very absolutely of no significance in their life. So we must culture our past achievements. And we must only reminisce that, you see. We must try to follow what they followed, you see. I'll finish my talk by quoting a story about Ibn Abi Sinha, you see. Because in this part of the world, all over the world, Ibn Abu Ali Sinha is known to all physicians. Whoever is interested in the history of medicine, they know. They may not know Al-Biruni, but they know Ibn Abu Ali Sinha. But Al-Biruni was more multidimensional than Ibn Abu Ali Sinha. But I'll quote a story about Ibn Abu Ali Sinha, you see. In his dying stage, one of his students came to meet him. And then many of you might know the story, you see. But I can't avoid the temptation of quoting it, you see. And Abu Sinha said that one thing is in my mind, but I can't solve it. I know you know it better than me. So can you explain that to me so that I can get a little more understanding? So he thought, the student thought, Perhaps the Ustad doesn't know he is in dying stage, you see. So he just trying to avoid. He says, sir, you get a bit better, then I will come again and discuss this with you. Then Abu al-Sina said, that do you mind if I die a bit wiser? Thank you. That's what made us great at that time.
Professor A.K. Ajad Khan for his valuable speeches. Now it's the moment of keynote speech. I am requesting Professor Abdul Latif Samian, an internationally renowned scientist, Al-Biruni and Newton, to deliver his keynote speech.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. The Honorable Vice Chancellor of Hamdard University, Professor Muhammad Abdul Manan, Honorable Mr. Ahmad Abdul Malik, renowned barrister in the High Court in London, the Honorable Professor A.K. Azhar Khan, President of Diabetic Association, my colleague Dr. Majid Yasur, and also our Chairman Dr. Arif. Let me begin by thanking the organizing committee for giving me the opportunity to be here this morning. And the title which was entrusted to me is Al-Biruni's Philosophy of Mathematics. So mathematics, as we know, this is not really the best time to talk about mathematics. You are competing for lunch, but please bear with me for at least half an hour to deliver what I have been trusted to do. Thank you. And the one that can study the universe by way of mathematics is because all the contents of the universe have mathematical structure. All. He believes that the contents are mathematically related. Now let us consider, for example, the plants, leaves, beehives, snowflakes. He maintains that these objects can be analyzed mathematically. And if I can quote, he says that, this is one of the quotations which he wrote 1,000 years ago, arguments can never be accepted unless there be a reason which properly connects that which is measured with that by which we measure, the proof with that to be proved. There exists, example, double formations or correlations in things opposite to each other, triple formations in many leaves of plants and their kernels, quadruplications in the motion of the stars in the fever days, quintuplications in the bells of the flowers, in the leaves of the moss of their blossoms, in the veins. These are all the natural forms of cycles and occur in also in beehives and snowflakes and so forth. This is what he said. Of course not in English, but this is what is meant by him. He claimed that there is a mathematical harmony, not just a structure. There is a mathematical harmony in the structure of the universe. What he means by mathematical harmony, there is a mathematical regularity in genus and species of nature. So unlike regularity, irregularity happens only in isolated cases. That the content of nature can always be classified into various genera and species points to this aspect. One more quotation from him. He said that possibly one may find among the species hitherto known such a number of leaves. He said that the measure of a thing becomes known by its being compared with another thing which belongs to the same species and is assumed as a unit by general consent. There is a little technical thing there, because if you say, how tall is he? Well, he is higher than that man, shorter than this man. Of course, that doesn't say much, because you have to compare to a standard unit. This is basically what he said. There is another aspect of underlying Al-Biruni's position that the universe has mathematical structure. When he says that the universe has a mathematical structure, he is not implying that the universe is such because everything can be associated with numbers. Rather, he is also inferring that the structure of the universe can be analyzed geometrically. In addition to numerical relations, things in the universe are likewise geometrically related. He says that space has length, breadth has depth, and also the height. Everything must have these aspects. So one is arithmetic, counting, the other one is geometry. So what is it about? What does this say? This says that, yes, we create, but how do we create? We create by way of mathematics. So what is mathematics? Philosophers have been debating this a lot. What actually is mathematics? Is it a science? Is it an art? We cannot say that it is science. There is no big instruments. You just need pencil and paper. You cannot say it's art because it's true or false. So mathematics, I say that in one of my publications, is the language of creativity. That's how important it is. Mathematics begins from problems, all problems. Sometimes I ask my students, can you think, of course you are not my students, forgive me. I ask my students, is there anything that you cannot mathematize? They said, well, sometimes, I love my mother. How can I mathematize that? I love my wife. I said, of course you can mathematize. Because the moment you compare, you mathematize. I love her 4 times I love you. I mean, basically. So you put the standard unit 1 is 4x. You can always, the moment you compare, you can mathematize. Distance, love, feeling, theology, aqaid, aqidah, one and only God. Qul huwallahu ahad, laisa kamithlihi shay'. These are all mathematical meaning. Theology is the foundation of mathematics. Islamically, theology is the foundation of mathematics. We understand numbers, we understand the meaning of ahad, we understand the meaning of al-wahid, we know a little bit of al-asma'ul husna, then we know that this is worth studying during our lifetime here in this world. Wallahu alam. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Now, address by the members of expert panel and advisors of the foundation. Our first speaker, Professor Shishir Bhattacharya, Director, Institute of Modern Language, University of Dhaka.
I'll be very brief. So Al-Biruni used to speak 16 languages. We only teach 14 here. So we are behind Al-Biruni. So my friend Billah, when he asked me to organize this year, I thought it is a great pleasure and honor to have all of you here and to have this conference here. So the only book I read about Al-Biruni is his Bharat Tattva, which is translated in Bengali on India. And I read that he was imprisoned by Sultan Mahmud for a long time. And even in the prison, he continued his studies, learning language, and his quest about India and about the world. And this is an example that even in prison, to what extent you can do about knowledge business. So we are all free people here. We are not doing as much as Al-Biruni did in a prison. So this should be an example for all our students. And I welcome you all and thank you all for being here. And thank you very much.
Now, Dr. Muhammad Alamgir, Secretary, Abu Rayhan Biruni Foundation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chief Guest, he is also absent still now. Respectable President of the inaugural session, respectable keynote speaker, learned, renowned scholars on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. He asked to join me as a General Secretary of the Foundation, and I agreed. Professor Billah is a man of dynamic personality who contributing in the research like these and others also in the field of research. He is a scholar, I know. With these few words, I conclude. Thank you all. Allah Hafiz.
Now I am inviting Mujahwan Yahzadeh, Ustad Zaman wa Adabiyat Farsi, Yahyazadeh, Ustad Zaman wa Adabiyat Farsi, to deliver his speeches.
من بسیار خوشحالم که شما عزیزان رو اینجا دیدم، ملاقات کردم، همینطور با آقای دکتر عارف بلا و امیدوارم که بتونم در جلسات بعدی در خدمت شما عزیزان باشم. سپاسگزارم.
জাদে ইরানের একটা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ে তিনি ফার্সি ভাষা ও সাহিত্য বিভাগের তিনি শিক্ষক হিসাবে আছেন এবং তিনি শাহনামার উপরে গবেষণা করছেন।
من در خصوص شاهنامه فردوسی و اسطوره های اون هست، شخصیت های داستان، کیومرث، جمشید، رستم، سهراب و همینطور دیگر شخصیت هایی که بیشتر جنبه سرمدی و ایزدگونه داشتند که این تحقیقات ریشه یابی شده با اسطوره های هند و اروپایی. عرضی ندارم، ممنونم که از بنده دعوت شد در خدمت شما عزیزان باشم و خوشحالم که به بنگلادش اومدم و سرزمین زیبای شما را از نزدیک دیدم. سپاسگزارم از همه.
যে প্রাচীন কাহিনীগুলো আছে এবং শাহনামার যে বিভিন্ন গুরুত্বপূর্ণ চরিত্র আছে এই চরিত্রগুলোর উপরে ওনার গবেষণা এবং উনি গবেষণা করতে গিয়ে দেখেছেন যে এই শাহনামার যে চরিত্রগুলো সেগুলো আমাদের এই যে হিন্দু ইউরোপা ইন্দো ইরানীয় বা ইন্দো ইউরোপীয় বিভিন্ন যে ধর্ম সেই ধর্মগুলোর ভেতরে যে চরিত্রগুলোকে বর্ণনা করা হয়েছে শাহনামার চরিত্রগুলো কিন্তু হুবহু সেগুলোর সাথে মিলে যাচ্ছে। This is the time of tea break for 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting our session again after tea break. Now, I am inviting Mr. Mashaikhi, Raise Daneshkadiye Daneshgaye Al-Mustafa dar Dhaka. Taqazami kunam az Janab Aghay Mashaikhi, Raise Daneshkadiye Daneshgaye Al-Mustafa dar Dhaka ke sehne tashrif be avarand wa sukhanraniye shan ro bepardazand.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين. سلام عرض میکنم خدمت کلیه شرکت کنندگان در این کنفرانس و همچنین سلام عرض میکنم خدمت عزیزانی که در هیئت رئیسه قرار گرفتن و مقالاتی رو در اینجا عرضه داشتن. عاقبت واقعی در واقع تبهکاران و گمراهان را بدانیم تا اینکه موضع خودمون رو در این سیرورت به سوی خداوند تبارک و تعالی مشخص بکنیم و در واقع روشن بکنیم. این قسمت رو خانم عارفین ترجمه می‌فرمایند تا قسمت بعدی صحبت من.
এখানে উপস্থিত চিফ গেস্ট, বিশেষ অতিথি, সম্মানিত শিক্ষক এবং ছাত্ররা, আমি সবাইকে এখানে উপস্থিত হওয়ার জন্য অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি আমার পক্ষ থেকে। তো উনি ওনার বক্তব্যের শুরুতেই মিসেস ইয়াহিয়াজাদে যে ওনার যে বক্তব্য ছিল তারই আলোচনাটাকে একটু পরিপূর্ণতা কিছুটা যোগ করতে চাইছেন ওনার বক্তব্যের সাথে। কারণ উনি ওনার বক্তব্যে বলেছিলেন যে শাহনামাতে যেসব কল্পকাহিনী বা যেসব গল্প বর্ণিত হয়েছে কোরআনেও সেটার সাথে একটা লিঙ্ক আছে এবং বলা হয়েছে সেটা শুধুমাত্র কল্পকাহিনী নয়। উনি ওই সূত্র ধরে উনি বলছেন যে হ্যাঁ ঠিকই কোরআন শরীফে যে গল্প বা কাহিনীগুলো এসেছে সেগুলো শুধুমাত্র মানুষের এগুলো শুধুমাত্র বর্ণনার জন্যই বলা হয়নি, কল্পকাহিনী নয়, বরং এগুলোর মধ্যে রয়েছে মানুষের জন্য অনেক শিক্ষণীয় ঘটনা।
اما صحبتی که من قرار اینجا خدمت عزیزان داشته باشم در واقع معطوف به شاخصه های عرفان اهل بیت هست، اهل بیت علیهم السلام. خب فرصت خیلی اندک هست، لذا من خیلی خلاصه شاخصه ها رو ذکر میکنم و این میتونه سر آغاز یک تحقیقات بسیار مهمی قرار بگیره و عرفان در واقع واقعی رو به ما نمایان بکنه. اساساً مبانی عرفان اهل بیت بر 3 مبنا استوار شده: توحید، ولایت و شریعت و قیامت و معاد. این 3 عنصر در عرفان اهل بیت کاملا مشاهده می شود. عرفان که میگیم در واقع همون معرفتی هست که خداوند تبارک و تعالی میفرمایند در آیات قرآن ذکر کردن و در حدیث هم داریم من عرف نفسه فقط عرف ربه، نه من علم نفسه فقط علم ربه، بلکه کسی که بشناسد. شناخت عرفانی با شناخت علمی و آگاهی و اطلاعیابی کاملا متفاوت هست. شناخت عرفانی یعنی برسد، یعنی کسب کند، یعنی حاصل کند، نه صرفا یک صورت ذهنی که در ذهن ما در واقع آشکار بشود. خب لذا وقتی که ما میگیم مبانی عرفان اهل بیت، منظورمون در واقع رسیدن به توحید، رسیدن به ولایت، رسیدن به قیامت هست. اگر چنانچه حالا عزیزمون از مالزی بحث فلسفه ریاضی رو مطرح کردن و فرمودن که در واقع ریاضی علم نیستش، ریاضی به این معنا ما نمیتونیم بگیم فلسفه هست، نمیتونیم بگیم علم هستش، بلکه ریاضی در واقع یک نوع قانون وجود هستش. واقعا هم همینطور هستش که اگر چنانچه ما بخوایم در نظر بگیریم، در این سه شاخص رو شما در نظر بگیرید به عنوان 1 2 3، این سه شاخص رو اگر چنانچه در هم تنیده بکنید، یعنی توحید در قیامت، توحید در ولایت، 2 3 ولایت در توحید، ولایت در قیامت، 4 5 و 6 قیامت در ولایت، قیامت در توحید।
আহলে বাইতের আধ্যাত্মিকতার মূল নীতিগুলো বা মূল দিকগুলো যেগুলো তারা অনুসরণ করেছেন বা যেগুলোকে কেন্দ্র করে তাদের আধ্যাত্মিকতা আলোচিত হয়েছে, সেগুলোর দিকে যদি আমরা প্রথমেই দেখি তাহলে দেখব যে 3টি মূল ভিত্তির উপর গড়ে উঠেছিল আহলে বাইতের আধ্যাত্মিক দিকগুলো, শিক্ষাগুলো। সেগুলোর মধ্যে প্রথমেই হচ্ছে তৌহিদ, দ্বিতীয় ধাপে রয়েছে বেলায়াত বা শরিয়াত বা শরীয়ত যেটাকে আমরা বাংলায় বলি, আর এরপরে রয়েছে কিয়ামত বা মাআদ। এই 3টি মূল নীতির আলোকে, এই 3টি মূল ভিত্তির উপর প্রতিষ্ঠিত হয়েছে আহলে বাইতের আধ্যাত্মিক দিকগুলো। একজন আরেফ যখন আল্লাহকে চেনার দিকে অগ্রসর হয়, আল্লাহকে চেনার যে ধাপগুলো অতিক্রম করে, তখন সে তৌহিদের আলোকে সে এগিয়ে যায় এবং শরীয়তের বিভিন্ন ধাপ, শরীয়তের বিভিন্ন শিক্ষা, সেগুলোকে ধরে শেষ পর্যন্ত মাআদ বা মৃত্যুর বা পরিণতির দিকগুলো ভাবে। এই সবগুলো বিষয় তৌহিদ বা বেলায়াত বা শরিয়াত এবং মাআদ এগুলো পরস্পরের সাথে সম্পর্কযুক্ত, কোনোটাকেই কোনোটার কাছ থেকে আলাদা করা যায় না। এখন আমাদের বাংলাদেশেও আমরা দেখি যে সুফিরা আছেন, বিভিন্ন আধ্যাত্মিক সাধকরা আছেন।
Thank you very much, Janab Aghay Mashayikhi, for his valuable speeches. Now is the moment of keynote speech by Dr. Majid Gajar, an internationally renowned scientist and Al-Biruni expert. I am inviting Mr. Majid Gajar to deliver his speech.
Rahman Rahim. I'm asked to shorten my talk, so I will skip some of things that I have prepared to present. I'm also asked to translate a couple of slides of my presentation in Persian, so I have to shorten a little bit more of my stuff. I skip the thanks slides, things that I have prepared to thank the organizers. I follow the custom and quote a couple of statements from two renowned historians, as I see that the carefully worded statements from them actually presents my own personal opinion. And actually, this is a very important thing, and my personal opinion that nowadays researchers, many of them, they do not follow this path of research, and by studying his works is a very good lesson. The next thing that I would like to go through details is the computation of the radius of the Earth. If you randomly go to a mathematician or a physicist or if an engineer, a PhD, a faculty member or something, and ask them, okay, do you know how to calculate the radius of an Earth? I would really say that the majority of the scientists today, they have not thought about this problem, and majority of them, they cannot tell you that how to calculate it. They may figure out if they search it Google or they understand it or something, but they have not paid attention to it. And it's not difficult, but it was a brilliant idea by Al-Biruni that he invented it, and he obtained a very accurate estimation. Basically, if you want to calculate the radius of the Earth, you will need a high altitude mountain with a flat horizon, like this mountain that the horizon is flat. And I would daily say that if Al-Biruni would have lived longer, many of the works that, for example, the work that is attributed to Wansel, Biruni would have done it. If he would have lived longer, he would have certainly introduced field extensions or many things that Galois, well-known mathematician, invented. He worked on many things like wheat and chess board problem. You may have heard of it. So basically, he is the first person that solved that problem and interpreted in nowadays daily life expressions, so that regular people, they can understand how the solution and how the big number of wheat would be if you follow the chessboard problem. I skipped many of the points that I had prepared just to shorten the time, and we would get back to the normal schedule after lunch. Any questions, any comments is appreciated.
Thank you, Dr. Gazar, for his wonderful presentation in respect of mathematical points of view and contribution of Al-Biruni in respect of mathematics and special reference to geometry. My specific point of this, Al-Biruni visit to India. He was influenced by the great Indian mathematicians like Aryabhat, Chanakya, Kautilya, etc. So could you please, how impact of Indian mathematics, especially economics or the philosophy, could you have included in your paper, or if it is not, could you please explain it? Thank you very much.
Explain what?
Could you please briefly explain it in respect of the influence of Indian mathematics in the works of Al-Biruni, especially in respect to mathematics? This is my specific question.
To be honest, as I said, I'm not an expert in the history of mathematics or in history, so basically I cannot properly answer this question. But what I know is that Al-Biruni, he tried and learned the works of Iranians, Greeks, and Hindus, and he translated all the mathematical results that Indian, Iranians, and Greeks had in different languages, and he wrote review papers, review articles, review books to summarize all of those. So basically, if someone would have gone and read Al-Biruni's papers, translations, and books, he would have learned all the mathematics that Iranians, Greeks, and Indians had done, and Al-Biruni taught them as an important contribution. He asked that, what do you think that the most important aspect of Al-Biruni's mathematical work? The most important thing that is my personal opinion is the fact that he was following the ethics of research. He was an ethical researcher. He was really fair in his criticism, very frank, and he was never using someone else's work without proper attribution of the work to others. he had cited many works from different nationalities, different researchers, that if he was not to mention those names, nobody knew many of them, or nobody knew that, oh, this contribution belongs to that guy from that country or from that place. He was really dedicated himself, and this is important, and unfortunately, many scientists, they do not follow the ethics.
And Al-Biruni was greatly influenced by the Indian mathematician.
Yeah.
That is my specific question.
As I'm saying, I'm not an expert in history of mathematics. So precisely, I do not know which parts of his contribution used from Indians, which I do not know that your precise answer. But what I know that he used all mathematical works that existed at that time. He tried to learn them. This is something that nowadays researchers need to learn to do it. If I want to do research, those work to others.
Thank you very much, Dr. Majid Gajar, for his valuable speeches. اصلا که ما از سخنرانی پر اطلاعات و پر حکمت ایشان خیلی لذت بردم. خیلی ممنون شما رو. Now we are launching some book. The first book, سرچشمه اسطوره ها و خدایان در شاهنامه فردوسی، نویسنده مژگان یحیی‌زاده. এবং এই বইটি তিনি হামদর্দ ইউনিভার্সিটিতে এই মুহূর্তে তিনি গিফট করলেন এই বইটি। Our third book, Biruni Commemoration Volume, University of Dhaka, 22 to 24, 2014. مجموعه مقالات همایش بزرگداشت ابو ریحان بیرونی.
আজকে আমরা এটা লঞ্চ করলাম, আর আরেকটা বই এখনো প্রেসে আছে, ওটা আগামী শনিবারে লঞ্চ করব। ওটা হচ্ছে এই ফোর্থ কনফারেন্সের যে অ্যাবস্ট্রাক্ট এবং চেকিদে ওইটার একটা কালেকশন। আমি নাও many occasion I travel Iran, attending conferences as a organizer of language teaching and learning method. And finally I was in Iran last year for 2 months as visiting professor at the University of Tehran. So during those period I got many gift books, and this is one of the books, and it is around more than 4 kilo, and this is published by the Academy of Medical Sciences in Iran, and I am also working with this academy as an expert. I am writing some entries for them. So this book presented by the head of the Medical Academy of Sciences to me. And this is actually related to our Hamdard University here.
Now a speech of the guest of honor. I am inviting Ahmed Abdul Malik, renowned barrister in the High Court in London, to deliver his speeches.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Honorable Chair, Chief Guests, distinguished guests, and academics, students, I am absolutely privileged to be able to stand before you today and to say a few words. Firstly, I'd like to thank my learned friend, Dr. Abu Musari Billah, for inviting me to attend this conference. I therefore have decided to come and join this conference to learn something more than giving something. This conference definitely will benefit everyone, and I have met a very wonderful people since yesterday I have arrived, and I'm hoping to meet many people inshallah in the next few days. The only one observation I have is that I am not sure if everybody is able to relate to the speakers because of the language situation. I know all of you know English. Our level of understanding of English is it varies. In any event, I'd like to thank again my friend and the chairman of Al-Biruni Foundation, Dr. Arif Billah, for inviting me, and his team for organizing this wonderful event, and also those distinguished guests that I have met. Inshallah, I wish every success of this conference. Assalamu alaikum.
Now another gift to Honorable Vice Chancellor of Hamdard University.
Thank you, sir.
Now, on behalf of our chief guest, Professor Ali Asghar Rustami Abu Saidi, Education, Research and Technology Minister of Iran, Dr. Abu Musa Arif Billah, say something on behalf of him.
Actually, the first announcer, he did a mistake. I said him that Professor Rostami, due to his passport problem and visa problem, he was unable to fly earlier, and he said last night over telephone that he would try to attend the closing ceremony on Saturday. I am sure enhance the existing relations between Iran and South Asia, especially Bangladesh, and it will encourage the scholars, students of both the countries as well as the world to be engaged themselves in the new field of studies, which was neglected over the ages. Now I invite our special guest, Professor Dr. Abdul Mannan, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Hamdard University, Bangladesh.
Chairman of the inaugural session of 4th Al-Biruni Interdisciplinary Conference, Dr. Abu Musa Muhammad Arif Billah, and Professor Dr. Abdul Latif Samian, National University, Malaysia, Professor Dr. Majid Gajor, Isfahan Science and Technology University, Barrister Ahmed Abdul Malik, scholars, presenters, participants, students, Assalamu alaikum. To talk about Al-Biruni, you just ask someone who does not know how to swim to cross the English Channel. But in any way, I'll try to say something which may not be on the basis of his works, but what is my thinking about it, what I'm thinking. What we had found in the Western culture, even somebody is doing PhD, a minister in German, and then he lost his ministry, and he had to agree that it's not his works. So that's a lesson for us. Talking about the religion, when we conduct any research, there is a range of procedures and methods we use. But when we do the research, we try to understand the phenomenon in question using one or two methods. But Al-Biruni in Malil Hind has been trying to use various methods altogether. He was not satisfied with one or two methods. He tried to apply methods as many as he could. Al-Biruni formulated scientific method to the comparative study of religion about 1,000 years ago, which was long before the advance of comparative religion. When he was
using the methods in studying the comparative religion between Islam, between Hinduism, between Christianity, and between what he calls the Jainism and all the religion. But he was using several methods using those. And you can see that he did it long before the comparative religion was introduced as an academic discipline. That's also a lesson for the researchers, scholars nowadays. Don't just try to remain and bog down in one methods or one areas. And we should not say that just comparative religion started yesterday. It started from Al-Biruni, that we shall have to acknowledge. Now I like to say something about, because when I want to conclude, I will say something more. The Iran, the Persian, Indo-Pak subcontinent, the Bengal, the Bangladesh, now Bangladesh. There was really close cultural relationships between Iran and Bangladesh since time immemorial, long time ago. During the rule of Mughals and of the early period of British rule in Bengal, Dhaka was considered to be a cradle for the development of Persian language and literature. So there is a strong ties. If you go to Bogra, and if you see the rivers there, which is dying out now, that time the sheep used to come to that place. And we have business with Mediterraneans and that part of the world. And that's the way. It's not only business, languages, cultures, and everything massed together. It's not today, long ago, that Punru civilization. So the ties was not today, it's long before between Iran, the Persian, and the Bengal. More, history reveals that from 13th century onward, Bengal was facilitated by the Iranian scholars as many ways, such as science, philosophy, theology, history, and culture, as I said earlier. Al-Biruni, a most profound genius among them. His Kitabus Sayyidina is a very famous book on herbal medicine. When I talk about Hamdard University, don't feel that it is only a Ayurvedic and Unani. We have science, we have engineering, we have arts, and we have social sciences, everything. But we have very strong emphasis on this Unani and Ayurvedic. That's why I'm quoting this one. At that time, in that book, Al-Biruni discusses 1,000 types of local plants in this book. At that time, I believe I am not wrong, correct, my teachers are here, that we have listed about 5,000, nearly 4,000 to 5,000 plants in medicine. So, thousands of years ago, he already identified 1/4 of the total we have discovered until today. That's the strong link between us and the Persian. Then I'm coming to my real thinking. It is true that development of science, philosophy, and all other branches of education in the medieval period was completely related to Muslim scholars such as Al-Biruni. The people of South Asia in general and Bangladesh in particular do not know much about them. Let us look what we have. Let us revitalize our relationship with Persian world, and I thank Prof again to bring those things, their senses within us, and our universities, our institutions, our research organizations, all of us work together. Hamdard University, there is an open invitation for our foreign guests. If you have time, let us know. We'll take you from here, visit our campus, where the river meet the beautiful sky, where you will find the countryside of Bangladesh, the real Bangladesh, the Jivananda Das Bangladesh. In Bengali we call Jivananda Das. There is a poet who wrote many things about the rural Bangladesh. So if you want to know Bangladesh, please come to the Hamdard campus, you will see it there. And we'll arrange your visit. If you cannot do it today, but one important thing, if you are interested, we are ready. Let us forge our ties in the long relation to do the research, to know Al-Biruni, to know Ibn Sina, and all other knowledge we have. Let us discover those. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish every success of this conference, and I hope that our discussions and our conversations will, what I said is to fill the gap what we have and of course enlarge the horizon of our knowledge. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Sumaya Sultana Jyoti, on behalf of our students.
ای نام تو بهترین سرآغاز، بی نام تو نام کی کنم باز. ای یاد تو مونس روانم، جز نام تو نیست بر زبانم. ای کار گشای هرچه هستند، نام تو کلید هرچه بستند. تبریکات سال جدید به همه شما. امروز به مناسبت برگزاری 968مین سالگرد روز درگذشته ابو ریحان بیرونی که به عنوان یک دانشمند و فیلسوف در جهان مشهور است، ما در این تالار پرشکوه جمع شدیم. ইরানি ও বাঙালি কবি শেখ হাফিজ শিরাজি ও কাজী নজরুল ইসলাম এ দুজনের সাহিত্যে রয়েছে প্রেম ও আধ্যাত্মিকতার সুরব্যঞ্জনা। কবি হাফিজ শিরাজির নাম শুনলেই যেন কর্ণকুহরে মধুময় গজলের মোহনীয় সুর ভেসে আসে। পৃথিবীর বুকে এমন এক নাম যা প্রত্যেকটি সাহিত্য পিপাসু মানুষের কাছে অত্যন্ত পরিচিত, সেই সাথে অনুকরণীয় বটে। ঠিক যেমনটি ঘটেছে বিদ্রোহী কবি নজরুলের সাহিত্যে। নজরুল বিদ্রোহী কবি হিসেবে খ্যাতি অর্জন করলেও তার সাহিত্যের বেশ কিছু অংশে খুঁজে পাওয়া যায় আধ্যাত্মিকতার মোহময় ছোঁয়া। আর এই পরশ তিনি খুঁজে পেয়েছেন ইরানি মনীষী, কবি, সাহিত্যিকগণের প্রেমময় সুরদোতনায়। কেননা তার সাহিত্যে রয়েছে পরম সৃষ্টিকর্তার প্রতি অসীম ভালোবাসা ও প্রেমাকর্ষণ, রয়েছে প্রিয়ার প্রতি প্রেয়সীর গভীর প্রেমানুভূতি, ভক্তি, রয়েছে না পাওয়ার আকুলতা, পেয়েও সর্বস্ব হারিয়ে ফেলার ব্যর্থতা। এসব কিছুই কবি নজরুল ইসলামকে যেন মুগ্ধ, তন্ময় করে তুলেছিল। তাই তো তার কবিতা, গজলের তালে, লয়ে, ছন্দে ফুটে উঠেছিল আধ্যাত্মিকতার সেই ছাপ। যদিও নজরুল ও হাফিজের জীবনকাল সমসাময়িক ছিল না, তবু দুজনের জীবনের বেশ কিছু অধ্যায় রয়েছে বিস্ময় সৃষ্টিকারী সাজুজ্য। اگرچه حافظ و نزول اسرار پنهان الهی را به طور کلی نفهمیده بودند، ولی مقداری از ذوق این ذات را احساس کرده که موضوع عشق و عرفان الهی را در اشعار خویش به طور قشنگ روشن کرده‌اند। নজরুল জীবনের শেষ অংশটুকু অসুস্থ অবস্থায় নির্বাক হয়েই কাটিয়েছিলেন। কেই বা বলতে পারে যে তিনি সেই পরম স্রষ্টার খোঁজ পেয়েছিলেন কিনা? হয়তো পেয়েছিলেন, আর তাই হয়তো হারিয়ে ফেলেছিলেন নিজস্ব প্রকাশভঙ্গি। হানুজন কোরআন است حدیث است آن ایمان و انسان نیست، آن ایمان و انسان نیست। আজও সেই কোরআন আছে, হাদিস আছে, সেই মানার মানুষ নেই, সেই মানার মানুষ নেই। শের ও শায়রন هنوز در حالت پیش، شعر و شاعران هنوز در حالت پیش. حافظ رومی اقبال نیست، حافظ رومی اقبال نیست. هنوز آن قرآن است، حدیث است، آن ایمان و انسان نیست، آن ایمان و انسان نیست. خیلی متشکرم.
Thank you very much, Sumaya Sultana Jyoti, for his speeches. Now, a special acclamation crest giving to our honorable guest. First crest, a special acclamation crest to Abdul Mannan, giving by Saria Tamanna. Now a special acclamation praise to Mr. Majid Gajar, renowned scientist and a scholar and Biruni specialist, given by Abida Akhtar. Now a special acclamation praise to Ahmed Abdul Malik, renowned barrister in the High Court in London, by Sabrina. On the behalf of our chief guest, Asghar Rostami, crest is receiving Dr. Abu Musa Muhammad Arif Billah. Crest is given by Rupa. Now a special acclamation crest to A.K. Azad Khan, President of Diabetic Association of Bangladesh. This crest is receiving by Munir Ahmed, lecturer, Hamdana University. This crest is given by Nahida. Dr. Abu Musa Muhammad Arif Billah, founding chairman of Al-Biruni Foundation.
Thank you very much. I have no more words to say, just it's like a drizzling from the deep cloud that makes the land fertile for growing the crops. We all are same in character as human being, but our characteristics, what we speak, what we think, what we write, what we say, different. Different due to what? Due to this sedimentary slime, our wisdom, our knowledge, our experience. I thank you everyone and for coming here and taking trouble for traveling from foreign countries, and those are coming here and sitting long time, and it is now lunch time and I am inviting you for lunch. Please come outside and take your lunch. Thank you very much.